everybody. Today I want to talk a little Doctor Who. It's one of my favorite shows, one of the few ones I actually managed to keep up on nowadays. What I want to talk about is my opinions on the current Doctor, because people always seem mixed on the new Doctor online and everything. And really, for me, Capaldi, I love what he's doing as the Doctor. I like the fact that he's a Doctor that's not trying to be likable. He doesn't really care if you like him or not, and that just kind of makes him a bit more endearing. You kind of have to work at it a little bit, which is odd as that sounds, but it kind of harkens back more to the classic Doctors than a lot of the new Who stuff. And I really like that. I've been trying to actually catch up on a lot of the classic stuff, and it's actually really good. I know a lot of people think it's somewhat dry or whatever, but it's worth a watch. It really is. Just because you can kind of see where a lot of the new ideas and certain things come from, even character traits within the Doctor. Even going back to the first one, you can kind of see that kind of follow through of the personality, and that's kind of cool to make your way through. Although me, I'm still on catching up on this classic Who, still on the second Doctor, but still, and I've watched random episodes of the other ones in between. But still, I think Capaldi's doing a fine job as the Doctor. I think, if anything, this most recent season, I think the biggest problem is it's felt a little disjointed, like it didn't know what it wanted to do, and then it kind of rushed it at the end. I didn't mind the whole Missy Master thing. Some people kind of got weirded out about it. I just kind of wish they had explained how the Master got off of Gallifrey. Maybe that's coming up in the future, who knows, but it's one of those things that probably shouldn't be left alone. It needs to be addressed, because even if they weren't the right coordinates or something, the Master still would have had to come from Gallifrey. And so it would have been nice to at least have a little flashback with John Sim, because he was great as the Master, as batshit crazy as he was. Now, the companion. I know there are certain people who like Clara, and I don't mind her. I just think the character has run its course, which is as bad as it sounds. But they just kind of did the Impossible Girl thing, and then they dropped it. And I don't see why it needed to continue being the same character. Because, yeah, really what happened with that? Did that get unwritten because of Day of the Doctor? Or, I guess, Time of the Doctor, because he didn't die on Trenzalore? Does he still end up dying on Trenzalore eventually? That's one of those things that, again, there's kind of been those big plot holes that don't get addressed. Personally, I would like to see, if they do end her story, somehow she becomes Oswin, and then they wind up back on the Asylum of the Daleks. But that's a whole nother thing. And again, it's nothing against the actress or anything. It's just, I don't know, they've really done nothing with the character. I do like the way she interacts with Capaldi. I think it's definitely a lot better than when she was with Smith. I really didn't like it when she was with Smith, just because she might as well have had a sign around her that said "I'm precocious." It just seemed like she was playing more of a trope than an actual character. So hopefully we'll see how this evolves. Without Danny, though, I wonder if she'll just be traveling full time, because what's her reason for going back to Earth? She's got no connection here really anymore. I mean, she barely talks to her family as it is. So, I don't know, those are just my thoughts. I'm glad that it seems like, well, if any of the rumors are to be believed, Capaldi's at least getting 2 more seasons. I hope they do work out some kind of good special for the 10th anniversary of the revival of Who. It would be nice to see him with some of the other Doctors, especially just because it showed the juxtaposition, which is really kind of cool. But who knows? I know sometimes it's hard to convince those other doctors to come back, and some of them they may never be able to convince to come back. I'm looking at you, Eccleston. But you know, it really would be nice. And nothing against Eccleston. I thought he made a great doctor. I just wish. Actually, the only problem I had with that is that there wasn't more of it. You know, I know he wanted to keep it short and sweet, but I really wish he'd gotten at least a second series, because he did a nice doctor, very fun, and really, if his doctor hadn't been successful or at least decent, there wouldn't have been a series 2. That's just the bottom line of it. So, anyways, if I have more to talk about, you know, universe related, I will do another video, but hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Let me know what your thoughts are, and maybe some topics you would like me to discuss in the future. Alright, I'm Jeff.